take the book and let's start reading.
I came for my personals. Should I get them after class?
Get them now, Mr. Keating. Cameron, read this poem aloud.
Mr. Keating.
Sit down, Mr. Anderson. One more outburst from you and you're out of this school. Leave, Mr. Keating.
Captain, my captain.
Sit down, Mr. Anderson. Do you hear me? Sit down. This is your final warning, Anderson.
Thank you, boys. Thank you. Hi everyone, and welcome back to Ho Tanta Passione for episodes 20 of What I Watched This Week. Just in case you are new to this channel or this format, during this video I just talk about films of TV series that I've been watching in the last 7 days. And if you're asking why are you so smart tonight, but of course, because tonight is the Eurovision Song Contest, probably the most important evening of the year for my wife, so I wanted to give myself kind of a stylish look, and also to make my dad happy, because he's always reminding me, you've been living in the United Kingdom for 16 years, I hope you are never going to lose the Italian style. Don't worry, Dad. Probably I'm kind of try to drink a cup of tea, sometimes, but I'm always very loyal to espresso. So that's all, but now let's crack on. I'm going to review 3 TV series that I watched this week and 4 films. So get comfy, prepare the popcorn and relax and enjoy my review. So, the first TV series that I watched this week, it's called Ted Lasso. Yes, already the name, it's very funny. It's a 2020 TV series of 10 episodes. Try to imagine an American football coach who is hired from a professional soccer team in Premier League. Yes, just the idea, it's absolutely insane. Someone who didn't even know anything at all about the basic rules of soccer, such as offside or how many players are during a match. Someone with zero experience, but with his own style. It's not a coincidence that in the dressing room he put basically a sign, I believe, because he definitely believes in the players and the atmosphere that he can build inside the dressing room. A great mix of American plus British sense of humor, with an hilarious supporting cast, in particular the second assisting coach and Nathan were fantastic, with new extravagant tactics. Trust me, either if you like soccer or you never been into soccer, this is a TV series that you have to watch. And also on 23rd of July, season 2 will come out, so I can't wait. My vote to this TV series, 7.5, no, 8, come on. Available on Apple TV, at least here in the UK. And now, let's move to the second TV series that I watched this week, called Homecoming. A drama TV series, drama / probably thriller, that it was released, season 1 in 2018 and season 2 in 2020. If I felt already lost after watching the first 10 episodes of season 1 with Julia Roberts, probably I watched it only because of Julia Roberts, because I'm completely crazy and in love with Julia Roberts, I was speechless after finishing watching the other 7 episodes of season 2. I kept asking my wife, what's going on? And her answer was always, I have no idea. 30 minutes per episode on average, thank goodness, because otherwise I wouldn't be able, to finish watching it. The cast overall was very interesting with Chris Cooper and Joanne Cusack, and potentially it could have been a cracker. But you can imagine it was not the case. I'm still very confused, so I'm asking you, friends and loyal subscribers to this channel, to watch this TV series to help me to understand what happened. I'm asking your help. Cesare, Cristiano, Giorgio, Marco, Craig, you love all of these very difficult stuff where, there is a meaning between the lines, where probably is kind of a mental trip. So I'm asking you to watch it and let me know. My vote to this TV series? Who knows? Probably let's ask Julia Roberts. Available on Amazon Prime, at least here in the UK. And now let's move to the third and last TV series that I watched this week, called Trying. A brilliant comedy TV series released in 2020. Season 1 is made of 8 episodes. It's basically the story of Jason and Nikki, a young couple who are trying everything basically to get a baby and decide to start a very tough and intense journey. Set in London, in particular in the area of Camden Town. I don't know if you've never been there, but was one of the first areas that I visited back in 2005 when I moved, to the country of the Queen. Trust me, I love it. In particular, Camden Market is a place where you can find everything regarding, food from around the world, and also a lot of interesting things to buy. Probably, like my dad would say, sometimes completely useless, but what can I say? This is the beauty of shopping. The 2 main actors are perfect. Their chemistry is incredible. Trust me, I believe that in real life they were together, and also they will make you laugh for the entire season, but also feel emotional for them. Surrounded by 2 crazy families. Trust me, both families, Jason's family and Nikki's families are, I can't describe them, are simply unique. And also all the friends around are very, very funny. It's definitely a very well written TV series. It's not a coincidence that, the writer of this TV series was basically adopted, and he wanted basically to realize a show that he was proving how difficult and challenging can be this incredible journey. So there are all the ingredients for a great show. Trust me, I was quite pleased because since yesterday, season 2 is available, at least the first 2 episodes on Apple TV, and also they confirmed that there is going to be as well a season 3. Like I mentioned, my vote to this TV series, 8.5, available on Apple TV, at least here in the UK. And now let's move to the films that I watched this week. The first film that I watched this week, it's called The Mitchells vs. the Machines, a 2021 comedy sci-fi. Already, after watching the trailer, I felt immediately interested in this film. And trust me, after finishing, the 2 hours, I simply love it. You had to see my son's face. He was completely excited and he can't wait to rewatch it again. A family that, can't be described just because it's incredible, complicated, messy, hilarious, and many more things all together. Just try to imagine a road trip, a funny dog, an epic battle to save the world / planet from a machine's revolution. Also with a wonderful soundtrack, very catchy one that will make probably you start singing or, stand up and start a little bit dancing in your living room. My vote to this film, 8. Also, I really appreciated, I really like the relationship between a teenager and her dad. Available on Netflix, at least here in the UK. Now, the second film that I watched this week, it's called The Woman in the Window, a 2021 mystery drama. I'll be honest with you, after watching the trailer or reading the plot, the story of this film, I thought that it was going to be a very bad one. Instead, even if it's not a masterpiece or on the level of some of Hitchcock's cults, but at least there is a cameo, a little scene at the beginning of Rear Window in black and white. I think that the final result it was much better than I could imagine. Set in New York City, and we all know, the city that never sleeps always gives a magic touch to any kind of a film, also with a superb cast as a main actress, Amy Adams, who suffers from agoraphobia and also is very, very reliable in her interpretation. If you also add the presence of Julianne Moore and Gary Oldman, so the final result is not bad at all. Not bad, like Novak Djokovic would say. And by the way, happy birthday Novak today, who is turning 34. My vote to this film, 6.5, available on Netflix, at least here in the UK. And now the third film that I watched this week, it's called I Am All Girls, a 2021 mystery inspired by true events. An intense story, quite cruel and painful to watch. Also very violent if you consider that it's about child trafficking in South Africa. Also, if you decide to watch this film, watch it really until the end, until basically the very end, until the credits, because it's shocking to discover some brutal numbers. It's a real feast in your stomach, and I still can't imagine how mean and cynical human beings can be. My vote to this film, 6.5. To the very incredible and sad story, 9. Available on Netflix, at least here in the UK. And now the fourth, last but not least, film that I watched this week, it's called Army of the Dead, a 2021 horror action, just to make, my daddy very happy. As you probably don't know, my dad doesn't like horror movies or remakes or films that are based on sci-fi. 2 hours and 28 minutes. Yes, 2 hours and 28 minutes. Probably too long for a film that already from the beginning is very predictable and sometimes is quite boring. Set mainly in a destroyed Las Vegas, like we usually say, whatever happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. So in this case, either you die in Vegas or you turn into a zombie in Las Vegas. In fact, the story, Las Vegas is destroyed after an outbreak, a zombie outbreak, sorry. The main character is played by Dave Bautista in a role that could be easily be taken by either The Rock or Vin Diesel. So if you try to picture someone very big with a lot of muscles, a lot of tattoos, probably who is the only one able to scare with these tattoos the zombies. Apparently, the director of this film, Zack Snyder, said that his sequel idea for this film is going to be simply insane. I don't know what else to add, because if in the first film we saw basically a zombie tiger, I don't know, what are we going to see in the sequel? Probably a dinosaur zombie or a King Kong zombie? My vote to this film, Definitely not insane like the director. Available on Netflix, at least here in the UK. And now, before leaving you in perfect 80 Passione style, 2 days ago, 20th of May, it was the birthday of probably a very iconic actor that I love a lot. I discovered all of his main films with my dad. I'm talking about James Stewart, probably one of the most versatile and complete actors that we ever seen during, over these probably 100 years of cinema. So wherever you are, rest in peace, and thank you so much, James, for leaving all of us incredible masterpiece. So that's all for this week. I need to run, I need to prepare dinner because very soon the European Eurovision Song Contest will start. Thank you to my wife for reminding me. So subscribe to this channel if you haven't done yet, or otherwise forward this video with whoever is in love with movies or TV series, because remember, life would not be the same without 80 Passione, but in particular with movies and TV series. That's all. See you next week. Ciao!